Hare Krishna, my name is Pragati and I'm here to do yet another video on Jyotish. Today we are going to talk about the most awaited topic, and that is marriage, the relationship between husband and wife. We are going to see the various combinations, houses, planets in a horoscope which need to be considered in the event of marriage. We are going to see the matchmaking process. When a girl's and a boy's horoscopes are seen, what are certain points which need to be observed or need to be matched? What is the point system which was popular at one point of time? Is it still applicable in today's time and age? And at the end of the day, what is it that is really important? When the couple is considering marriage, what is it that should be seen in the horoscopes? Marriage is a union of mind, body, and soul, wherein two people take vows in front of the Lord Himself to spend their life together, to live through thick and thin, to live through good times, bad times, respect each other, love each other, support each other, and live a happy, healthy, blissful, loving life. Is the couple aware of the depth of the commitment they're about to make? We are going to see the houses in the horoscopes to begin with, and then we are going to also have a reference chart. Then we'll see the point system. I'll just give you an idea of how it used to work and what is it that we really need to see in a horoscope. So let's start with the houses in the horoscope. Now let's see the houses in a horoscope. We have a reference chart here. This is of late Mrs. Indira Gandhi. This is her moon chart and this is her ascendant chart. This is just an outline of how to see the houses in the event of marriage. The intent behind this is not to teach astrology in details, but to show the connection, to prove how well a horoscope can show how much details can it show of all the events in your life. And why not make use of it to make our life more positive? Everything is predestined, but we still keep on trying, don't we? We still keep on doing our duties. And with the help of the chart, if we get some kind of indication, it could help us, removing small pebbles in our path. We could maybe be more prepared about for what is coming our way, whether good or bad. And maybe we are mentally prepared, physically prepared, and already have certain solutions ready just in case we have to face that. And make our life more positive. And that's the intent, to show the connection, that how well we can see certain things in horoscope and make it into a positive thing in our life by having that knowledge. So what are some of the houses which are important in the event of marriage? A couple, when it gets married, they take the blessings, they do it with the blessings of the elders, with the family members, right? So the first important house is that of a family, and that is represented by the second house in a horoscope. This is the second house in a horoscope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 12. If you have seen my previous videos, I have already mentioned certain basics, so maybe you are aware. So this is where you see the family. The most important house that is to be seen is the seventh house, which is the house of spouse, partner. Then the 11th house is a house for blessings of the elders. Mrs. Indira Gandhi's was a love marriage. Love is represented by 5th house. That's where you can see the lover. And then the connection between the 5th house and the 7th house would show how that love marriage came about. Jupiter is the significator of marriage, as we call Karaka. It's also the Karaka for kids. Jupiter will be playing an important role around the time you get married. So mostly it will be either aspecting your 7th house or it will be showing its presence in some way. Another important factor is there's a term called Vishamuttari Mahadasha in astrology, which is the planetary phases. Every planet rules for certain term. Then there are subdivisions of all the planets under that particular under his rule. All the planets have certain rules. Every time they take turns for a certain time. Those are called Antardasha, Dasha of the main planet, and the Antardasha of the sub of the nine planets. Whenever the main Dasha and Antardasha are going on, wherever those planets are sitting in your horoscope, whichever houses they're holding, those houses will start acting up. They'll start getting charged. And you will see the events happening from those related to those houses in your life. Similarly, when you're getting married, you have to always see the seventh house. Let's see the ascendant chart of Mrs. Indira Gandhi and the seventh house in her chart. The seventh house, just see the sign which is in the seventh house, that is number 10, which is Capricorn. The Lord of Capricorn is Saturn. So either her Saturn Mahadasha must be going on when she got married, or the Antardasha must be of Saturn under some planet. Mrs. Indira Gandhi had Rahu's Dasha going when she got married, the Mahadasha. So the Dasha for her started, Rahu's Dasha started on October 29, 1936 and ended on October 29, 1954. Now, interestingly enough, she got married on March 26, 1942. Her Antardasha, which was going around that time, Saturn's Antardasha had started on December 1941. She got married in 1942. Saturn's Antardasha ended in 1944. Isn't that amazing? That's when she got married. And as I said, Jupiter plays an important role. You have to see the ephemeris, the transition on that particular day when you get married. Jupiter, on that particular day, March 26th, 1942, was sitting in the house of Taurus, in the sign of Taurus. Her original Jupiter is also in the sign of Taurus. Every planet has certain aspects, they aspect certain houses. Seventh aspect is there by default in all the planets, except Rahu and Ketu. But certain planets have extra aspects. One of them is Jupiter. Jupiter aspects the fifth house from where it is sitting. The seventh house is also there, of course, by default. And then the ninth house, so 5, 7, 9. What it means is, let's see the fifth house aspect. Jupiter is sitting here. So count from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's aspecting the third house with its fifth aspect. It's aspecting the seventh house. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It's aspecting the seventh house with its ninth aspect. And can you imagine that day, that time, Jupiter was sitting in the house of Taurus. Usually, Jupiter is in one sign for 1 year. And in that month, obviously, he was in the house of Taurus. And its ninth aspect was on the seventh house. That's when she got married. It's simply amazing. And imagine then when you see the further details, like sublords, nakshatras, how much details can you see? So this is all about the houses. Now, when the boys and girls horoscopes are seen or they're being matched, so they consider certain gunas, certain points are seen. There are total 36 points, and they say that if they score the match, the 22 points have to match, minimum 22 points or more for them to go ahead and get married. What are these points? How important are those? We'll be seeing them very soon.